Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am the CHALL, and today Chall Chats DRFC Daily Reports bring you the latest news from Doncaster Rovers Football Club. How are we, everyone? It's been a few days since the video, and I do apologise for that. But we're going to get on the latest and greatest around Doncaster Rovers Football Club. Quite a bit to speak about in this video, including the potential of one more arrival and also praising of the club from another rival manager. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell so you never miss another YouTube video. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers and 500,000 views, so let's get there as soon as possible. Please go and subscribe to the channel. The page itself is on your screen. And for now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get into the latest news from Doncaster Rovers. So we kick off with one more arrival. Speaking to the club's website, the Rovers' chief Grant McCann hinted at a seventh arrival somewhere down the line, with the official quote as follows. We feel we need possibly one more in a certain area, and we're working very hard to do that. Then as pre-season goes on, maybe one or two younger ones will go out on loan for their development purposes. So what you're looking at on your screen right now is the current Doncaster Rovers squad. In yellow, transfer listed, is Deji Satona, Ephraim Yaboa and Teddy Sharman Lowe coming on loan deals, and in blue are the three players that I believe the most will get loaned out. Jack DeGrucci, Tamongo Kulea, and Jack Goodman. I also believe Bobby Faulkner could get a loan out. I also believe George Broadbent could potentially get a loan out, or even Jay McGrath. However, the three top players that I think will most get a loan out are the ones in blue, DeGrucci, Kulea, and Goodman. So you have seen the transfer/squad planner, the squad as it's looking so far for the new season. It's looking strong, looking very strong. I think the addition of Sabara with Gibson in there, with Clifton, with the two loan players, I think overall we're building a remarkable squad, a squad that's going to truly, will expect it to challenge. I won't say 100% going to challenge because you never know what happens during the season with a league like League Two. But it's a squad that on paper you should expect to challenge at the top end. Absolutely 100 million percent. There's no doubt about it. And I know Grant McCann will get that squad ready to challenge for the top end as well. But now we have to look at what we think the squad is missing. And there's one particular thing that I think we're missing, and that's in the midfield. Now, people go, hang on, we're a bit stacked in midfield when you've got Sam Stroud Brown looking to break through, when you've got Broadbent again looking for game time, got Close coming back from injury, Owen Bailey Mr. Consistent from last year, and then you add Harry Clifton into the mix, who obviously, you know, he's a new signing. So people would say, nah, you don't really need a new midfielder. Hear me out. George Broadbent is the tallest player in that team at 6'1", I believe. I think we're missing some real height. So I've gone through the top 5 leagues, including Premier League academies, and Scotland, and Northern Ireland, and Wales, and I've also looked at Ireland in total. And I've come up with 3 players that I think adds a lot more height, are a bit more of a bully player in terms of physicality, in terms of movement, in terms of strength. And I think they could add some versatility and some variety to the midfield depth. So here are my 3 options for tall, strong midfielders. The first name is a Sheffield-born lad in Cambridge United's Paul Digby. Born in Sheffield, Cambridge United's central midfielder Paul Digby immediately stands out both geographically and also in terms of the profile of player he is. An experienced player who's adaptable in the defensive midfield and the centre midfield roles, respectively, displaying great physicality, a 73% pass success percentage in League One, and showcasing in a Cambridge side that survived relegation by 4 points in the previous campaign, that he's capable of doing his job effectively. His contract doesn't run out until the summer of 2025, so bringing him to the Eco Park Stadium would require a fee, but his dedication and loyalty to League One Cambridge United will concern any potential approaches from any football club, let alone League Two Doncaster. However, Paul Digby, in my opinion, adds experience and also adds some real versatility in the centre of midfield. And for me, being a Sheffield-born lad, I believe he's the right kind of fit for this geographic football club. The second man on the list is none other than the non-league Rodri, Taylor O'Kane of AFC Fylde. There's no surprise why, though, he's been dubbed the non-league Rodri. The teenager is a simple player who won't overcomplicate anything in possession, and his football intelligence at this stage is that of a senior level. This permanent deal would provide Doncaster Rovers with a long-term option in the midfield to eventually take over from the experienced Ben Close and new signing Harry Clifton. He settles the tempo and rhythm of the game to his liking, favours shorter and or simpler passes, and his fluency on the ball makes him an extremely valuable asset if Rovers were to target this player for a potential summer transfer this year. And finally, Kane Taylor, the Birmingham-born versatile midfielder amongst the ranks at the Etihad Stadium, is my third option. And his 4 goals and 1 assist in 19 Premier League 2 appearances show he's capable of where the back of the net is. He's capable of playing in the number 6 role, in addition to his ability to cover as a left full-back and as a centre-back. He's a fluent and creative player, so not just strong on the ball, but also creative and fluent. He's able to slide through opposition defences with the greatest of ease. With his tricky footwork, his graceful technique on the ball, his comfortability on and off the ball, and his drive and determination in attacking areas, as well as in transition from defence to attack. This would be a remarkable loan deal, and I think for me, we're getting one of the great kids from the City Academy under the first team managed by Pep Guardiola. So there's just 3 names. There was plenty more out there. I mean, Liam Shaw from Celtic is an ambitious one, but it's a name on the list. What do you guys think? Comment down below, share your thoughts, share your suggestions for tall, physical, strong midfielders or just tall midfielders that you think would add some height into that midfield depth. Now let's go into our second and final story of this episode, and that is on a rival manager praising the business we've done. And it's Mark Bonner of Gillingham. So here is what Mark Bonner had to say. That run was incredible. It shows that you can have strong seasons where you're up there and fall away, or you can have weak seasons where you then take a bit of time to get going and then fly and have a really strong end season at the end. I heard Grant say after the playoffs to his players that if you don't want to win the league, don't come back. They've started recruiting hard early on. They will want to be there. And that right there is exactly why I respect managers like Mark Bonner. Mark Bonner gets it. He knows what it takes to get to the highest level. I mean, Mark Bonner's won at this level, for Christ's sake. He knows what it takes to win the title. He knows we're going to be up there next season, or at least challenging to be up there next season. And for me, I think Mark Bonner is absolutely spot on. Grant said what he said to those players after that semi-final. If you don't want to come back here and win the league, tell your club to find a new agent. And my word, did that happen to a few of our players. I mean, it was remarkable. So, looking ahead to the new season, analysing everything we've done so far, I'd say we're missing 1, maybe 2 players now. I think 1 or 2 max will be the latest incomings. We might get a third on loan, but I really doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, there's a few free agents from the Championship that I would personally look at taking. I think Keshi Anderson's already moved. If he's not, then I'd look at him. But if he already, I think he already has anyway. But it's a shame, to be honest, because I kind of liked Keshi Anderson. Ben Woodburn at Preston. I know his injury record's not the greatest, but I said on Twitter I'd take him for League 200%. I think at 24, I think there's still a player in there. And yes, it might not have been the greatest spell at Preston, but I do think that Ben Woodburn would provide some extra, versatility and some extra depth in the attacking midfield role and in the deeper midfield role as well. For me, and now on the wings as well, I think Ben Woodburn will be a great addition. I honestly believe a 2-year deal for Ben Woodburn would be brilliant. I think that despite his injury record, I think he would do a real job. And I think with our injury problems easing up with the appointment of David Rennie as new head of medical, I think that he can get Ben Woodburn back on the right track. And that kind of deal makes sense for a club like Doncaster in League Two. And not just League Two, but clubs in League One as well. I could see why a club in League One might take a chance on Ben Woodburn. Same as a top-end League Two club would take a chance on Ben Woodburn. The reason why is because despite his past injury record, if someone's got a better injury, a sort of less injury-prone setup, if someone's got a medical team that's much better than it was, or is much better than other clubs, they're going to be more confident in taking a risk on someone like Ben Woodburn because they can get their injury record straight, set to the point. So Ben Woodburn, and don't get me wrong, when Ben Woodburn's fit and on his day, he is a force in attacking midfield. So for me, I think there's a player in there, and I would like a deal like that. Obviously, there's other free agents from the Championship and League One as well, not just Ben Woodburn, not just the likes of Keshi Anderson, who may already be with the club already, I think. Everyone talks about Billy Sharp coming back, but is he really going to come back? I don't know. I'd be up for it. Don't get me wrong. I think if we got if we had the money to do a 1 year deal for him, and for him to be a striker that competes with Ironside for a place, then I'd be on board with that. Of course, I would. It's Billy Sharp, but I don't know. I don't know on that one. I've seen rumours going about this week, and I don't really want to comment on that, to be honest with you. But um, I think Billy Sharp will go to Championship or League One. If I'm being brutally honest, if we get him, it would be a statement. But I think Championship or League One for Billy Sharp. Um, there's other experienced free agents out there as well that are lacking in clubs, so I'm sure they'll find a club at some point. There's some good players out there. Like I said, Ben Woodburn's a good player out there. Billy Sharp is unrealistic, but I would take him on a 1 year deal if the option was there. Keshi Anderson was a player that I would have loved to have taken personally. There's plenty of players that have moved on now to other clubs. If we didn't get a loan keeper, I think Luke Southwood, although recovering from a broken leg, would have been, or just coming back from recovering from a broken leg, I think would have been an excellent goalkeeper. Brian Mayer from Derry City, again, another goalkeeper in Ireland that I really recommend. Nathan Shepherd's another one from Dundalk who moved to Wickham and didn't get any game time. So there's a bunch of players out there. I mean, what's his name? Carl McAllister and Charlie McCann at Forest Green Rovers. Those two are players that I would look at 100 million%. But I think McAllister's staying anyway, so we'll see what happens. But there's a bunch of free agents. There's a bunch of players that are going to be made free agents regardless in July, or end of June. So we shall see. But there we go, guys. Thank you very much for that one. That is the end of the DRFC Daily Report. Make sure you do like, comment, subscribe. And for now, I'm the CHALL Terrell for now, and that is full time. Mean that badge to you.